storm is headed your way and you have pets on board. Have you thought about what you need to keep them safe? Hi there, I'm Carolyn Sherlock, and on this episode of the Boat Galley Podcast, I'll share a few tips so you can be sure your dog or cat comes through a storm in good shape. Preparation is the key. Today's episode of the Boat Galley Podcast is sponsored by Mantis Marine, makers of the Mantis Anchor, now available in models with and without a roll bar. Proven to set reliably in the most challenging bottoms, the Mantis Anchor digs in like no other, making anchoring safer and boating more enjoyable. Mantis Marine brings to market practical, durable, and affordable marine products, anchoring gear, scuba diving accessories, and a rechargeable waterproof headlamp for hands-free lighting. Their new solar charging navigation light is absolutely the bomb. Visit mantismarine.com and see for yourself. Okay, let's talk a bit about pets and storms on your boat. I've written a fair amount about weathering tropical storms and hurricanes, and also about boat dogs. Well, here's where they converge. We like to talk about them together. I really just want to put a couple of reminders out there for you to think about. If you're preparing for a storm or even a rough patch of water, such as a bar entrance or a boisterous sail, first of all, make sure that there is a safe place for your pet, both as you are prepping the boat and when it's rocking and rolling. Watch out for stuff stacked on tables and settees, even if it's just there temporarily. It could slide off and cause injury if a boat rolls. A 10-pound dog or cat is just no match for a book that falls, much less sail that you've stowed below. If you can be going ashore during the storm, take your pet with you. Make sure it's allowed where you're going to be or make alternative arrangements. If you don't think it's safe for you to be aboard during the storm, why should your pet stay there? They're even less able to help themselves if something goes wrong. Next, if you have a cat that likes to hide, find him or her well before things are turning ugly and put them in their carrier so you'll be able to take them when and if you leave. Yeah, it's possible that conditions are going to force you to leave when you didn't plan to, and you wouldn't want to leave your best friend behind. Please make sure that they're ready to go. For dogs, make sure that their life jacket is readily at hand and their leash. Harness is much, much better than just a collar, anytime, but particularly in bad weather. If you're planning to go ashore for the duration, be sure to take food, water, and dishes for your pet. If you're planning to stay aboard, make sure you have supplies for the pet in your ditch bag as well. Just as you need to have any daily medications for yourself out and accessible, make sure that any for your pet are where you can get to them. If you don't already know the best seasickness preventative for your pet, find out from your vet and have the supplies on board. Check with your vet, but it's generally better to give them early than wait until the pet is sick. If they become dehydrated from sickness, use the same rehydration drink or Gatorade that you would take. In 2005, we crossed into the bar in Bahia del Sol, El Salvador. We actually surfed our very heavy Tayana 37 through the breaking seas. A few days before, a couple of other boats had broached going through that. To make sure that our dog Paz, then weighing only 5 pounds, stayed safe while we were both on deck. Dave was steering, I was on the radio with the pilot. What we did was we took all of the thick towels we had, taped them around every protrusion in the head, like the doorknobs, the towel racks, etc. Then we piled all of our pillows on the floor in there. It was the smallest enclosed area, so the Paz wouldn't get thrown across the boat. And we put Paz there in her life jacket. And we had her life jacket basically as padding around her ribs, not because we thought the boat was going to go down. Then we shut the door on her. She barked. She wasn't 100% happy, but we knew she was safe. Now, we didn't broach. We didn't have any other problems, but knowing that she was safe made it much easier. Every boat, every situation, every pet is different. But please don't forget to plan for your furry friends. They cannot do it for themselves. Okay, that's it for this episode of the Boat Galley Podcast. Please subscribe so that you never miss an episode. If you think it's worthwhile, tell your friends about us. We love to have new subscribers. Thanks, and until next week, we'll try to make your boat life better.